Oh, yes. I'm fired up today. I'm fired up. But before I get to the point and the reason why I'm fired up, welcome everyone. Back again with another franchise history talks, or, well, I like to say when I go off on everybody. No, I'm just joking. But whatever, everyone. I hope y'all afternoons and nights and mornings, wherever you are great so far. And, man, the last few days I've been seeing some dumb stuff. And it mainly coming out of America. You got people using Gorilla Glue on their hair, then getting the operation to get the glue off their hair for free while others suffer with cancer. You got stuff like that going on. You have, let's see here. Man, I can't think. There's so much dumb stuff that's going on. And then you have people, I like this. This is the reason why I'm fired up right now. This is the reason why I'm fired up. You got people on an older video of mine. I might have spoken about this before, but an older video of mine. It's about Jaws, basically. What happened to the Jaws animatronics from Jaws the Ride. And I think, well, it could have been about the movie also. And I know this is the internet and everything. And even celebrities got to go through this. But I love it. I'm starting to love it when people actually get on in the comment section, start freaking crying or freaking trying to insult me about the quality of the video. Keep in mind, the video is like one of my first videos I ever did. Well, for this channel actually, but it was kind of made on the fly in the middle of the night. Probably should have made 2 hours of sleep, but whatever. I did it for somebody. It's whatever, but I love when people insult me because it gets me all fired up. So let's go into what we're talking about here. So, racism is over. Yes, it may not be about entertainment, but racism is over. Aunt Jemima, it's no more. I don't know what it's called, but we no longer see Aunt Jemima on the boxes of pancake batter or syrup anymore. It's over. We took it out now. It's pills, boiled berry meals, whatever it's called now. It doesn't even matter. But the fact that they took first Aunt Jemima the face off, now they took the words off to replace it all together. Racism is over, everybody. Everybody celebrate now. Cheer, clap. Clap for yourself. We destroyed racism forever. Even though people like me, most people didn't really care about the mascot on the box of a pancake batter. They just bought it. Or a rice bag or a rice box with Uncle Ben on it. Nobody give a damn about that. But racism's over. We did it. We did it. We finally did it. Racism is finally over. We should go celebrate in the streets. Let's go celebrate in the streets of LA, New York, all the cities in the world. Because racism is over. Let's go celebrate. Let's have a beer. Beer's on me, everybody. We got rid of racism. Yeah, we got rid of racism. Racism is over. Oh, yeah, let's get serious now. But as I was listening, because I heard about this last night, but as I was listening to another YouTuber, Ep.35 now, go check him out. He has an awesome channel. I listen to him actually on a daily now. Another black man like myself. That's against all this crazy stuff. But he kind of pointed out that now that all these white liberals and companies want to get rid of all the offensive let's say mascots. So they got rid of Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben. They got rid of the Redskins. Now it's a Washington football team. So they get rid of, the funny thing is he pointed out, they got rid of all the minority mascots. Now nothing but white mascots now. You got the Fighting Irish, Cowboys, Patriots. It's quite funny because now they want to get rid of I think they got rid of the Clevelands. Now they're going after the Kansas City Chiefs. But you're getting rid of all the minority mascots. But you still live in the white ones. But you hate white people, white liberals. You see the irony in that? It's weird. It's weird. And you know what's even weirder? She-Hulk. Now, I don't know if you guys seen the picture of the new She-Hulk, but is it really She-Hulk anymore? Because the picture looks like the Hulk. Like I said, I think I said this in my previous video with the, actually the previous two videos about Tim Drake being black and what the MCU has to do to make itself still relevant and not a joke. They have to And same thing goes with comics. You have to get rid of the knuckle jobs in your companies because the only thing they're gonna do is draw up something like what that version of the She-Hulk is. They gotta get rid of it. That's the only explanation. But here goes something else even more stupider, even more crazier. So now, not only we have to worry about the She-Hulk, Disney is only hiring black writers for Blade. Now let me read this right quick. This is off the Hollywood Reporter. Marvel's Blade movie finds its writer in Watchmen scribe. So I'm guessing that this female wrote for Watchmen, the TV series, which was abysmal to me. I don't know if it was abysmal to anybody else, but for anybody else who knows the Watchmen universe, I can't even say the Watchmen universe, it's all among DC universe, but anybody who has read the Watchmen graphic novel back in the day, you realize that watching the Watchmen TV show, you don't comprehend what's going on. But anyways, let's go into it. This was announced a couple of days ago. Stacey O.C. Kofer, I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm bad with names, a New York playwright who moved to Los Angeles, will pin the project that has Oscar winner Mahershala Ali attached to the star. Marvel Studios' Blade, the Vampire Slayer, found this writer. Stacey O.C. Kofer, a playwright who acted as a story editor writer on HBO's acclaimed limited series. Let's just say I tried to watch the first episode of Watchmen, that series, and I nearly had a panic attack. But anyways, has trapped to pen the script for a future reboot of Marvel's vampire hunting franchise. She would be the first black female, you gotta put that in there, the first black female scribe to write a movie. And Anita DaCosta was the first one working on Captain Marvel 2. Oh my goodness. Is Marvel's first black woman director. You gotta hit them check boxes. Mahershala Ali, who won the Oscar for performance in The Green Book, is attached to Star Wars as the horror hero. And Ali, I don't have a problem. I think he did an amazing job as dang it, what was his character name in Blade? Not Blade, but Luke Cage, which is kind of weird to me. But what was his character? I don't want to say Copperhead. That's DC. Frank. Now I gotta go to it. I should know this. I should know this. It sucks that I don't know this. It really does. Luke Cage. Let's look up Luke Cage right quick. I can't believe I can't think of this right now. I want to see Cottonmouth. Yes, was it Cottonmouth? Somebody say yes in the chat down below when this video's up. I want to say it's Cottonmouth. Let me make sure. I almost wanted to say Diamondback, but that was his Luke Cage's brother. Yes, Cottonmouth. I thought Mahershala Ali did good as Cottonmouth, and the show kind of went downhill after he was spoiler alert, killed. Which I hated when he got killed, but I think he can do a good job as Blade. But once I said again, like in the previous video, they got to keep the politics out of it, and I don't think they're gonna do that because they're gonna dial it up. They're really gonna dial it up. But back to the article now. So basically, plans for a new incarnation of the character played by Wesley Snipes in a string of movies in the early 2000s, which were great, revealed during the Marvel Census shattering presentation of 2019 Shadow San Diego Comic-Con. The studio has spent the last 6 months meeting with writers. Was described as a meticulous search with Ali directly involved. Only black writers were seriously This is the problem I have with this. This is a problem. This is why I can never get on anything like this. Only black writers were seriously considered. So amongst that search, you probably skipped over some writers that maybe not be white, but could have been any different race, and it could have been good, but you skipped over them because you wanted a black writer, which I don't understand. But these idiots at Disney realized that somebody white actually wrote Blade and got it down pat. Somebody white actually came up with Black Panther and Wakanda and got it down pat. But let's go on. Only black writers were seriously considered a reflection of Marvel's focus on diversity, making representation a key factor. This is not representation or diversity at all. This is reverse racism, especially when tackling non-white characters. David Gorey wrote the first 3 original Blades, released by New Line Cinema between 1998 and 2004, which was the first 2, which was fantastic. Nobody had a problem with that. I don't know about Blade 3. We're not going to talk about Blade 3. And a whole bunch of blah, blah, blah about Blade. We all know about Blade if you know comics. O.C. Coffer earned an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Writing in a Comedy Series for her work on Hulu's Pen 15. Never heard of it. But it was being a part of the writing team on Watchmen. HBO's heady spin on Alan Moore, David Gaiman's comic, which they did ruin. That got her noticed. And nobody really wants to watch Watchmen because they can't get the stench of the Watchmen TV show out their head if they watch the whole entire show. As well as WGA Award win for Best Series. She worked on Hunters and Amazon's Blood-Soaked limited series that I heard of that saw Al Pacino, Logan Lerman as Nazi hunters in the 1970s America on HBO's crime thriller run, starring Domhnall Gleeson. And she's from Chicago, not far from where I used to live at. Spent years writing plays and poetry. She has a master's degree in the former from Hunter College in New York, but struggled to find work as a writer. That's all, no matter what race you are. Her jump from the story editor to now movement and breaking down a barrier was doing so well. Okay. If she's, I pray that she's good, because they are really hyping her up. I pray that she's good. I really do. I really pray that she's good because they putting a lot of hype into there. But here's the problem with them. Like I said, I pointed out just a few minutes ago. Here's the problem with this, though. You only consider black writers, but like I said, you skipped over everybody else. It just seems so dumb. You're so focused on diversity and trying to get rid of racism, but you're doing reverse racism on other races. And you cry for equality, but you reverse it back onto other races, especially the Caucasian race, which I don't get. If you're trying to unify and trying to get everybody together, this is not the way to go. If you're trying to do it using entertainment, this is the worst way to go. And I don't understand these white liberals or just whatever don't get it. They seem to don't get it. And that's my problem with it. And now if she's good, but from what I heard, what they're going to do with Blade, they will add some wokeness to it. It's Disney. This is what they do. So, I don't know. I'll take all this with a grain of salt. But if the movie's good, it's good. But if it's bad, you will hear whenever the movie is released. But let's go to the other side of the superhero verse. Let's go to Warner Brothers. And Warner Brothers has some problems. I would say problems. Oh, they got some problems. Let's get into it. So, Birds of Prey director Kathy Ann has come out, if that's her name. I think that's her name. She has came out about Warner Brothers not letting her do much on the Birds of Prey movie. And compared to James Gunn, which I despise, so some of the comments he has made and tweets he has made, they basically let him do anything and let him do his own work. And she's complaining that she didn't get to do all that. Let's say this. Even though I don't like James Gunn has made some pretty decent movies. Slither, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. He has made the Guardians of the Galaxy, all of those characters, now part of pop culture. Before, only a selected few knew of his characters. That's if you read comic books, Marvel comic books. The normal person, the normie, didn't know anything about Star-Lord, Rocket Raccoon, Gamora, Drax, Groot. They didn't know anything about him. Most people didn't even know about Thanos like that. Or even Iron Man at the beginning of the whole MCU. Not many most people knew who Iron Man Thor was. I didn't know about Spider-Man and X-Men and the Hulk. But anyways, James Gunn made those Guardians of the Galaxy characters legendary now. And now that he's working on a Suicide Squad, hopefully he does better than what David Ayer did with Suicide Squad, which I think they probably had some meddling with the original Suicide Squad, Warner Brothers, I mean. But she has to look at this. You came out of nowhere, right? You really haven't done anything. And they probably picked you knowing that you don't have much experience with directing. And it's kind of a freaking reverse on both her and Warner Bros. Because that movie was garbage. Warner Bros. Had all this meddling going on. That's the difference that she's not seeing between you. You're just a baby in directing. James Gunn has been here for some time now. He's well established, know what he's doing, regardless of what he does on Twitter and all the other stuff. That's the point she has to realize. You did not make a movie that was based on superhero. You made a movie that was based on Me Tooism, intersectional feminism, and a whole bunch of other crap. You didn't, if you wrote it, did she write it? Let me see. I don't know if she even wrote the story, but regardless, Harley Quinn was not the Harley Quinn. Almost I didn't know. Especially none of the characters. All the other characters, Huntress, Black Canary, Renee Montoya, Cassandra Cain, they was only by name. They was not the characters that I have read in comic books. They was totally different. And that's the problem. And you're trying to make a superhero movie based on character. You expect people to watch these movies. And these people who watch these movies, people like me, know who these characters are. It's the same thing I said last week. We know who these characters are, but apparently you don't know what these characters are. And you didn't make a movie. You just made a propaganda piece. And that's why it failed. James Gunn, on the other hand, hopefully from what I've seen the last couple of years from him with the Guardians, he didn't try to put any agenda into it. He made the characters, all the characters, likable. Chris Pratt is now huger than he's been before. And yeah, that's what James Gunn did compared to you. So yeah, Warner Brothers will let him do whatever because he's well established and know what he's doing. So that's that. And as we keep going down the Warner Brothers tree, now I don't know about this. I heard this as a rumor, and this is not a rumor I started. I heard this from somebody else, from somebody else, from somebody else. But let's just say it's a friend on Facebook. But supposedly HBO Max and the CW are trying to get a Batman Beyond TV show together on HBO Max. It's something they've been trying to do. And I don't have any faith in it because of what DC has done so far. But I see this as a way to, especially for CW, because they're failing big time. I think this is a way for them to actually boost their morale with their company, especially CW, because they need it the most. Now, they are looking at Michael Keaton, because he's already old, old enough to be an old Bruce Wayne. But if this works, you will hear from me if it works. And I hope it does work. I think it's time to put a Batman Beyond out there, live action. I think it is. And I don't mind seeing Terry McGinnis out there, even though they really haven't got to see Bruce Wayne Batman live action in almost a couple of years now. And I'm not counting the Snyder cut of Justice League, which looks like it might be good with the pictures of Joker and Steppenwolf slaughtering all those Amazonians, or Amazons, whatever you want to call them. I just hope this rumor does come to fruition and hopefully boosts Batman, because he needs a big boost right now. If it has to be old Bruce Wayne teaching Terry McGinnis how to do the new tricks and all that, then so be it. I just want to see some Batman stuff. I don't want to see any whiny Batman talking about I don't want to lift weights. I don't want to see that. I want to see Batman. And I'm at the point, if it's Terry McGinnis, Bruce Wayne, Dick Grayson, I don't care. I just want to see Batman. That's all I want to see. But that's just a rumor. I don't know. We'll see in the coming months what will happen. Let's see if even Mike Keaton wants to even reprise the role. And I think it's rumored to be in that same, I can't even think of the name, Tim Burton verse, as they call it, Batman. So hopefully it's good. But like I said, it's just a rumor. But this is the thing about Warner Brothers too. And this is more likely on the CDC more than anything. So I don't know if you guys seen this video yet. And it's the most virtual, waste of money, virtual signaling I ever seen in my life. And I will show it to you right. Yeah. So they really spent all that money. They probably got some money, but they really spent money to edit in mass to all these characters. Probably two of the characters, Wonder Woman and Aquaman, could be possibly just in the canon stuff, if you want to say this, possibly could be immune to human diseases like that because they're superhuman. But the Warner Brothers or WarnerMedia really wasted their time doing this. Telling people to mask up over something that won't kill everybody. Some days, I just wish Thanos can go. Somebody just can go. But anyways, what do you guys think about that video? I'm just getting tired of all this crap. I really am. But anyways, let's move on to the next subject. It's just dumb to me. I don't understand it. Anyways, Equalizer. So there's a Equalizer show that came on. I think it was on. Yes, it's on CBS, and it came on right after the Super Bowl that I didn't watch. It stars Queen Latifah, and here's how I feel about the Equalizer. And supposedly it went down with bad ratings. And I saw the trailer for it like every time I watch football on CBS, and I keep seeing it. Like, what the heck is it? You see the two equal signs on there, and then I realized there's a new Equalizer TV show. And I saw the trailer. It's like, really, Queen Latifah can do all that? If you've seen the trailer, fight and all that, disarm people bigger than her. And I'm thinking, like, what's the whole meaning of this? And then they showed a little clip of it, and it's the most wokest crap ever. And I'm thinking in my head, like, Denzel's version of the Equalizer was great. Everybody loved that, especially the first one. Second one is either here or there. But the first one, it was great. It was a movie. He was black. Nobody cared he was black. He didn't have to step up and say I was black. You know how Denzel ain't with the woke crap. But it was a movie. It was an enjoyable action movie that everybody loved. Had a great ending scene. Denzel kicked ass, but why did we need a female version of it? Oh, I know why we need a female version of it. Because we need reasons why. Because reasons, basically. And now the show, let me see how much the show bombed right quick. Let me get this right quick. Let's see. Let's see the numbers for this Equalizer. I just don't understand why you need another Equalizer. So, according to the Wrap, The Equalizer tops 20 million viewers, but is the lowest rated post-Super Bowl show ever. And it's funny, they call it Queen Latifah's adaptation of Denzel Washington's adaptation of 80s, 70s CB series scored 2021's best time slot, and it still bombed. So basically they said Queen Latifah take on The Equalizer landed 20.4 million total viewers, immediately following the Super Bowl. That's 14% smaller than the post-superhero audience for last year's episode of The Masked Singer that came on after that Super Bowl. The Equalizer was started at 10:39 Eastern Time, which would have been 8:39 here, had a 5.1 rating among adults 18 to 49. I don't even know who's saying it. Blah, blah, blah about the Super Bowl. Okay, the tally was fairly or unfairly in the Koof involves out-of-home viewing was down 15% from 2020 Super Bowl 54 and its smallest audience since a Super Bowl since 2007 because nobody wants to watch TV anymore. They said there's no better time slot, but apparently it didn't do well in that time slot. And apparently nobody really asked for that. Because I was thinking, like, why do we need a reboot of the Equalizer? I was expecting the Equalizer 3 to come out. All I gotta say is wasted money. That's all I gotta say. Wasted money. But let's close this out, shall we? But hopefully in the next month or so, a couple of weeks, I'm trying to get a Patreon started. I didn't want to start one before I got to after 100, but not after the century mark now. I want to start one because I have ideas that are probably not good for YouTube or appropriate for YouTube. Like I have videos, some videos, on-air videos that I never posted because of certain probably copyright. So I want to boost some stuff over there, even some of my older stuff that some of the new subscribers hadn't seen. But the only thing is, it's always hard creating tiers, but I'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm thinking about starting a Patreon, not just for this channel, but for my other channel too, called Lone Wolf Adventure TV, which is basically the great that's everything now. The great outdoors, traveling. Like I have most of my videos from Florida on there. Me ranting and raving about football, which is probably gonna end anyway, and some real pill content on there. But yeah, go check that out. Probably link down at the bottom right there. But yeah, hopefully a Patreon's coming on, and hopefully March will be a good month because all March will be nothing but Godzilla and King Kong. Mostly probably reviews of Godzilla films. Maybe some Kong stuff. And the review for King Kong versus, I see saying King Kong, Godzilla versus King Kong, or Godzilla versus Kong. So I used to saying King Kong because of Universal's King Kong, or Kong version of Kong. But yeah, expect that to be in March, and History of Franchise Season 3 probably start in April or May, and it should be a good season. I'm doing something different. Not so much about franchise, but other things amongst the cinema history. But you'll see. It's a surprise. But with all that being said, I like you haters out there. You keep fueling the fire. Keep continuing to keep going on that Jaws fire. Keep continuing to keep going on that Jaws video. Because you're only feeding the beast. You're only feeding the beast. That's all I think I gotta say. But catch me on social media, only on Instagram. Right now I'm kind of a gray area with social media. Like I'm not really on, I post stuff on Facebook with other groups, but my own stuff, I don't know. There's so many different social medias on there that I want to get on there. I haven't even started yet. Like this whole, I don't know if you guys heard of it, about Odyssey. I want to get on there, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But I'm out of here. I'm done talking. Got all that freaking aggression out, but I'll be back with more videos, and I'll see all y'all later. Peace. Y'all be safe out there. Don't do anything I wouldn't.